Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. It's a little brighter than I wanted. Um, Today is July 12th, Sunday. It's my husband's birthday, but we did a little celebration yesterday, so he's resting today. Um, so today is start of a new week, and so I'm doing my weekly um, uh, spread of the week. Um, I always use my Light Seers Tarot, as you know, if you watch any of my previous videos. Um, I do the energy obstacle and advice for the week. I always pre-pull the cards and kind of study them a little bit. And then when I do the video, I walk through my interpretation of the card and then I go to the book and see what it says. I don't normally read the books. I feel they tend to get in the way of what I see in the cards. And so um, your guess is as good as mine is what the book says. So let's get into it. So for the energy of the week, these are the backs. I pulled the Empress, and I adore this Empress card. It sums up everything I think about the Empress card. She's giving birth to the world. Um, to me, this card is Mother Nature. She's birthing new ideas, birthing new things. She's nurturing. She's kind. And that is what I see in the Empress card. And for the energy of the week, it's kind of telling me I feel like this week you will be more nurturing, more aware of others' feelings. And so, yeah, that's what I see in the Empress card. For the obstacle, I pulled the Hermit. Um, to me, the Hermit is all about going within, having retrospect, uh, listening to your inner light. And I've been doing a lot of this year. But I feel like with it being an obstacle, it's also telling me you can go inward, but don't stay too long. Because I do tend to, um, what's the word I'm looking for? I tend to dwell on things. Being a Virgo, I dwell on things, and I'm told I have like an OCD personality, um, which probably coupled with me being a Virgo, I tend to dwell on negative things. And I I feel that this being an obstacle, yes, I can go inward and self-reflect, but my mind tends to start drifting off toward negativity, which means I need to get out. I need to step away from the hermit phase and rejoin the world, is what I feel like that is saying to me. Because we don't need the negative self-talk or any of that going on. And then the advice for the week, I have, of course, my stalker card this year, Five of Wands. And I did a video because I pulled this couple months ago, maybe now, where I always see this card as a working as a team. To me, it looks like they're trying to help one another up to get to the light. And I have many other decks that, to me, it's like teamwork. You need to work together. And then one day I pulled this card and I saw what everybody else saw, because this card is supposed to mean competition. And I actually saw this specific card in this deck as a competition for the first time, but I saw it as a competition with the different aspects of myself. But with this being in the advice for the week, I totally feel like it's going back to you need to work as a team. Even if the different aspects of myself, if that's how we are looking at it. It's it's all about teamwork to me with this card for this week. Whether it's working with the different aspects of myself or outside with other people, maybe at work. I feel like that is really good advice. So let's get into the book. Where'd I put it? So we're going to start with the Empress card. And I'm going to read, and that's why I love the Light Seers, because it has a Light Seer side and a Shadow Seer side, and then a little description, and then a quote at the bottom. And I'm going to read all of it for the Empress, because it's duality. It could go either way with the energy of the week. So for the Light Seer side, it's the Divine Feminine, prolific, creativity, fertility, motherhood, unity, the goddess, sensuality, nurturing, abundance, empathy, unconditional love, unification of mind, body, and spirit. Wow, I just got goosebumps. Shadow Seer side, infertility, emotional overwhelm, shutting down the need for self-care, disharmony, negligence, being materialistic, being overprotective of your creations, being overly dependent on others. And what stands out to me in the Shadow Seer side of this is the shutting down the need for self-care, which is followed by the Hermit card. If we look at this in the negative aspect of the need for self-care, totally fits with what the normal Hermit card would be. Just the need for self-care, the need to go inward and kind of heal yourself. So I find that interesting. This Gaian Empress radiates fertile energy, positive outcomes, and unconditional love. This flourishing creative energy is of the earth. So bring your dreams from the ethereal realms and ground them, share them, birth them. Her bountiful abundance is always available to you, and she reminds you to find her regenerative beauty everywhere. You're entering a time of profound healing and blessings. And if you're feeling any lack of inspiration or possibilities, seek to heal your physical temple and to nourish your soul by embodying her shiny creative essence. Continue to move calmly and gracefully in the direction of that which whispers yes. This card often affirms that you are on the right track, so keep growing, beautiful seer, and work with the nature of your situation instead of against it. It's like this deck knows me so well. Because I'm always, and I've said before in previous videos, I've been on the spiritual path since 2018, June of 2018, and I feel like every time I take 2 steps forward, I take 3 steps back. And for that part, and work with the nature of your situation instead of against it is just, that's profound. And then the quote says, I'm ready to give birth to abundantly rich future. Wow, that's awesome. And let's go to the Hermit. And I don't know what it means to have 2 majors in a 3-card spread, but it seems significant to me. So the Hermit, we're going to read it as the Shadow Seer side since it is the obstacle for the week. Shadow Seer, withdrawing from society, isolation, loneliness, forever seeking without healing. Oh my gosh. Feeling like a misfit. I have felt all those things most of my life. And I've always, resonated with the Hermit. Because I always see it as going inward, self-reflection, but that also could mean I've always felt like the Hermit because I'm always going into isolation. I'm always felt lonely in my path, in my journey, in whatever I'm doing. I don't have support. I don't have the just people around me that are like, yeah, I don't have anybody in my corner. So And then the seeking without healing. Um, and I put this video on here before, but the time when I had my awakening moment in June of 2018, it was literally all these synchronicities were happening, and I'm like, what is happening? And I went to a psychic for the first time ever, and I walked in with the biggest chip on my shoulder, and I was like, this chick's not going to be able to read me. I don't believe in this crap. I don't even know why I'm here. I don't know why I'm paying her money. This is a waste of time. And I walked in, and it was literally like she looked into my soul and my heart and was just telling me everything that I'd been feeling for years. And I was like, how is this possible? And she even said, you have all these amazing gifts, all these abilities. Why aren't you using them? And then she said, she said that the thing that made me cry in the reading was that she said, I've always seen you as a loner. Like you ate lunch by yourself in the cafeteria when you were in school. And I'm like, I did. And she's like, you're always, no matter what you do, you always feel like you have an emptiness inside of you. And I'm like, I have always felt that way. And she said, it's because you are denying this part of yourself. Whether it's because you were raised, this is evil or whatever. And I literally felt like, and I could almost hear someone whispering in my ear as she's telling me this, you already know this. Why? I've been telling you this forever. Why did it take someone else for you to understand that? And ever since I've opened my mind and I walked out of there that day a completely different person. It was a very profound reading, and I just find it fascinating that it's in the negative side of the hermit. It's because I'm forever fighting that part of myself that is a loner, that isolates themselves, that is always seeking and then not wanting to heal anything, or do anything about it. So that's amazing. It's time to make space for your sacred aloneness and self-care. If you are feeling disconnected from your spiritual north, this time of solitary withdrawal will help you to connect with your own compass. Soul purpose, spiritual awakening, and deep inner wisdom spring from this energy. Sometimes we run the risk of being so introspective that we lose our connection to others. That's what I was saying. Or worse, we can dive so deeply into our stories of struggle that we inadvertently begin to believe that our wounds will be a part of our forever identity. Holy crap. I just basically said all that. In the deepest trenches of self-discovery, we must remember that our continual search for our own healing and inner truth does not mean that we are not already whole and healed. Emerge from your inner retreat with beautiful insights from spirit and allow yourself to navigate the path with your brightly illuminated heart. And I know I've pulled this card before, but it never resonated like it is today. This is crazy. And then the quote at the bottom says, inner sage, inner mentor, inner guide, show me my brightest light so that I may see you with all of my heart. And this year is my lover's card. The lover's card is my card of the year. And ever since I pulled that card, it's literally everything is coming up. The heart, the heart, the heart. Feelings, emotions, open your heart. And it's just another one. Wow. It's getting real, y'all. Real. So we have the Five of Wands for the advice for the week. And again, I'm going to read the Light Seer and the Shadow Seer side because it could go either way. The Light Seer, competition, conflict, ambition, challenge, being pushed by others to excel, brainstorming, mental jousting, adrenaline and aggression, surpassing limits, dynamic energy, leveling up. The shadow seer side, an opportunity to collaborate in group fighting or arguments. Hmm. So that could be the advice too, is if there's a group argument, I can totally see that at my job, to stay out of it. Being overly competitive, not following the rules, a tendency to avoid conflict to your detriment. And that is me, because I grew up in chaos. I grew up in an abusive home. I grew up where there was always drama and chaos going on. So I'm that person that goes the opposite, complete opposite way, where I'm like, I can't even stand someone arguing like in a parking lot. If I pull into it, it's just I shut down. And um so yeah, that's very interesting, to avoid conflict to my detriment. So I go out of my way to avoid conflict, and that I know is one of my downfalls, because sometimes there is going to be conflict in life, and you have to learn to face it instead of running away and hiding from it. A little rivalry can be a good thing. It can push us to become the very best version of ourselves and to move quicker than we would if we were alone. Allow opposition and challenge to help you to evolve your methods and to push beyond self-imposed limitations. If competition becomes unhealthy and you are experiencing the shadow side of conflict or ambition, it's time to take a step back and retreat from energies that are hindering your progress. Sometimes the need to be right or personal to be excuse me. And sometimes the need to be right or personal feelings around being questioned or challenged can interfere with the ability to see your path clearly. So you may need to fly solo for a bit in order to reevaluate your options. And that's funny, because I actually had this incident happen last week where someone was questioning my integrity and my um, ability to do my job and my um, how smart I am. And I know a lot of times I don't come off as smart as I am. And this person just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And I did walk away from the situation. And I was like, you know what? You got your own issues, obviously. It's not my problem. So I was very proud of myself for not going, what is your problem? Um, because that is the one thing that will trigger me, is if you treat me like I'm uh, stupid, for lack of a better word, then that is a kind of a trigger for me, and I will. Um, that's probably the one of the few things that will ignite that conflict fire in me, and I will say something. So yeah, that's crazy. While clashing egos can slow everything down, they can also propel success. Choose to excel. Look for healthy competition or collaboration that inspires and motivates you. Learn from others and use competing energies as a way to enrich your experience. Wow. Wow. And then the quote says, I support others and they support me, and we rise together in accelerated harmony. And exactly that is what I've seen in this card always, until a couple months ago when I, for the first time, saw it as a conflict. But I always see it as they're literally like building blocks, helping each other, helping the next person, so that that person can reach the top. And it's always what I see in that card. And it just, um, I had that epiphany moment where I'm like, ooh, this could be competition, but it's the different aspects of myself. I was like, ooh, that's very deep. Um, and with this reading, I think it puts it back into perspective of the way I think of this card always as, it's teamwork. Maybe a little competitive teamwork, but it's still teamwork. They're still helping each other accelerate to that next level. Wow. So that was reading for the week for this week starting 7/12 on Sunday. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos in the future, please subscribe and don't forget to hit that notification button so you are alerted to any future videos. And it is such a lovely day out here. I might go for a walk. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.